Hi, welcome back to the A&S Way. So we are continuing on our preparation for the house move next week. Fingers crossed everything goes well and happens. And what are we doing today, Anne?
We started our packing. So this is kind of day one of packing, which was about 1,200
Day
hangers.
one for Anne. I started packing for the original day when we thought we were going to complete at the end of May.
See, this is why I never do stuff early. Why not just wait until it's needed?
Actually, it helped us because we didn't have to bother with the kitchen stuff. So I started then, but I have been doing bits in between. But this is, the first weekend that we've both been packing.
Yeah, so started packing up the hangers, clothes, all of that stuff. We also need to make sure we get lighting, so we don't have any pendants, we don't have the entrance hall lighting, but more importantly, the ceiling fans. So I constantly need moving air. Stagnant air is not good for me. So I want to get at least the bedroom fan and the loft.
The loft, so the master, the loft and the living room.
Yes.
Downstairs. But the living room one depends on what pendants we get in the kitchen over the island. So I want them to match. So we're going to have a look at some places
so
now.
what they have here, I don't know whether we have them in the UK, but if I was to look for lighting out, I'd go to John Lewis or House of Fraser, something like that. Probably go to a department store. In the US, they have standalone shops. So you can see behind us, awful name, Lamps Plus. It's horrible. It doesn't really roll off the tongue.
But they call their shops they're literal names.
Like the mattress firm.
Yes.
So it's going to be a bed shop or hair shop. If it's the hair shop, they have to keep it nice and simple so people understand here.
So I'm assuming this does lamps plus other stuff.
Yeah. So we're looking for that, and then maybe lighting.
Maybe some lighting, and then I guess we'll probably continue the packing. We're trying to get as much of the packing that we can done this weekend so that we don't have to do as much on Friday next week.
So in terms of the way we currently have it set up, we have on Friday's key collection. We just learned how it works here. We're going to do a different video on that. How you complete on a mortgage is very different, but they post something to be processed, as in post it to the title company electronically, and then it gets processed and then you receive your keys. So even though we have a welcome home walkthrough at 10 a.m. on Friday, that isn't necessarily when you get the keys. It could be between 2 and 5 p.m. So I originally had booked for our sofa to be delivered. They did say it's fine, but I thought let's not cause any hassle. We've got the internet coming between 12 and 2
that day,
which they said is fine. They can let them in, and then obviously 5 o'clock latest we will have our keys. So the following day we then have our actual move. So the movers coming in.
The movers are coming in at I think 7 a.m. on the Saturday morning.
What else do we have? The fridge freezer, the sofa, the washer dryer, all coming on Saturday around the same time.
And we're hoping that our shades will be fitted now on the Saturday as well.
And then on the Monday early we have people coming out to price up for a water softener, because the water is horrific in Vegas. If you can afford it, put a water softener in day one if you can. Ours is going to be probably a week or two after. And then I've got my first work trip. I'm off to Texas to do some work with Amazon, which is weird. It's been 2 years, because even when I worked for the other company, so we hadn't been it's at least 2 years since I've been on site. So it'll be interesting. So I'm there for 2 days. They said I could have done 3, but 2 is enough. I want to be back in my new home
with it,
yeah,
so you can see how it goes.
And then I actually have another interview on Monday coming for some other company. I already told them I don't really want the job they called me for. I want a different job. So we'll see how that goes down with the hiring manager. So I'm going to tell them the same thing. But we finished up our shopping. What was it called
Lamps
again?
Plus.
Lamps Plus. I can't even remember.
Memorable.
They had quite a lot of stuff in it. It took us a while to kind of take it in.
Lots and lots of stuff. But you can also, they have computers where you can look on their online store as well. So they've got, there's so much choice.
We did find some fans that we liked, but we're going to go to Home Depot and Lowe's and Big Lots just to check, because they are quite expensive. I think the fans were between 400 and 600, the ones
that we liked, yeah, definitely. The lights, though, I thought were much cheaper than I was expecting to pay for. So we picked our pendant lights for the kitchen island and the hallway.
Yeah, entrance hall, kitchen island, and super cheap. We haven't bought anything super fancy, but they're quite simple, relatively modern, and I think total was less than $350 for all 4. lights. We just need to find the bulbs for them now. Selena wants some fancy bulbs with fancy filaments. So we'll have a look in here. I know they're about $7 a bulb there, so if it's less in here, then we can pick them up.
Where did we go? We went to Home Depot.
Yep.
And we looked at some of the fans there, so we've definitely found some options for the master bedroom and also the outdoor. So under the covered patio we found a couple of good lights for there, and we decided that we was hungry, so came to In-N-Out Burger. So Anne was talking to me about people's perception. So In-N-Out Burger is a highly recommended burger place on the West Coast. And when I first heard about it, everyone was telling me how amazing. So the first time I had it, I wasn't that impressed.
No, you wasn't impressed.
But over the years I have come round to it, and because I was talking about it, it made me fancy In-N-Out Burger. So we had In-N-Out. So I do like it. It's really, to me it's a basic good burger, but it's cheap. So it's not as expensive as, say, Five Guys and the other places when it comes to burgers.
I think it's good, cheap meal.
Yeah. So now we're off to Lowe's.
Arrived at Lowe's, and Big Lots is here. This is also where we come for a lot of our food. I have no idea what you call this type of centre. We'd call it a retail park.
But it is very hot, so something I didn't mention. So we've been filming outside and it's very, very hot. I think it's, what, in excess of 40 degrees?
Yeah, it's probably
degrees?
41 now, and it's, what, 12 o'clock?
Yeah. No,
it'll be going up to about 43, 44, which in American numbers is 110.
I don't know, maybe 115.
Yeah,
it's hot.
And when we had our friends over, it's interesting because that was probably around 37, 38, and that's obviously hot, but you don't roast in the same way you do once it passes 40.
And it's interesting because I can cope up to about 40 degrees, but this is that bit where I'm actually struggling.
So let's go inside, let's have a look we're going to look for the door handle. I don't know how Selena forgot, but we've gone for a black entry system that allows you to put your thumbprint on, or just walk up with your phone in your pocket and it'll open the door for you.
Auto locks as well.
Yeah, auto locks the door, and that's black.
So we went to Lowe's, and all of the places have a lot of good selection, and a lot of it is the same, to be honest, from one store to the other. It's just being really picky about what type of fan. So in Lowe's we did get the door handle that we needed, and that matches really nicely with the lock that we've got. And wants the biggest fan that he can possibly. He wants a very impressionable fan for the
Impressionable? Room. Do you think you can impression a fan?
I don't know.
You could try.
I don't know. I guess he wants it to make an impression.
Yeah. So
they're huge. So there was one that was 72 inches, I think.
I think 70. It might be 72 though.
I don't know. It was very, very big. But I don't know. We questioned whether that would be a bit
I think
too
it'd
big.
be fine. It says it calls a 400 square foot room. None of our rooms are that big, but it doesn't mean to say it won't work in a smaller room. And it's more of a statement piece. Like someone would put up a 40-foot chandelier.
True.
Or not 40 foot, that'd be silly.
Fan.
A 15-foot chandelier.
So we weren't 100% sure that that's the right fan to go for. So I think what we've decided is that the ones that we're most likely to go for are the ones in Home Depot, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what they were, 52, 56 inch, somewhere around that.
As well.
Yeah, they're not too badly. They're probably around a couple of $100 each.
Yeah, and much cheaper than Lamps Plus. And to be honest, I didn't like the ones at Lamp Plus anymore.
It's an awful name, isn't it?
It's a horrible word to say. 2 words to say. But that was it. And Big Lots didn't have anything like that. It was more. Big Lots is more like Home Bargains.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix between Home Sense and Home Bargains. It's not that good, so nothing in there.
Well, I think that's it for today. We've got more packing to do this afternoon. Ant will probably stop after a bit and be lounging for a bit, doing anything but packing. He's a last minute person.
I work better under pressure. I don't like to do these things, because who knows, they might phone us on Wednesday and go, you're not moving.
Yeah,
and then
you'd rather do anything
wasted.
but the thing that you want to do things at the time that you must do it.
And I'll always get done, it's just at my own pace. So that's it for today.
Thanks for watching.